More Oklahoma the day after.
Stories of heartache and survival continue to pour in this evening.
Now rated an EF5 tornado, the storm killed 24 people. A third grader is among the first of the victims identified. 9-year-old Janae Hornsby, and she was killed when the twister hit Plaza Towers Elementary School.
And tonight we have a better idea of the path that tornado took. It hit 2 elementary schools. First, Briarwood Elementary, and then about a mile away, the Plaza Towers Elementary. It then hit a packed movie theater and a medical center. Our Josh Hinkle, an Oklahoma native, is there in more tonight. Josh?
Well, we are in one of the hardest hit areas of the tornado's path. The hospital you see behind me ripped apart. Here, it is no longer a mission of rescue, but a road to recovery. Certainly a long journey ahead for the people of Moore, Oklahoma.
Twisted wreckage everywhere.
Like a war zone out here.
Something like the end of the world or something.
Jessica Ellard says she always felt safe living across the street from Moore Medical Center.
This is my living room. Was my living room.
But not all the doctors and nurses in the world can save your family from this.
I was at work and just basically listened to a play-by-play saying, if you live by the hospital, you need to get out of here, you're not gonna be alive. And I couldn't get a hold of Dad.
Not knowing where her dad was, she prayed and waited and watched her neighborhood's fate play out on the news.
It's like a ghost town. It's normally busy.
I've driven past this every day, and I can't even recognize what some of that stuff was.
Or that people might still be pinned underneath.
This way. We have family members that live over here, and I don't know if they're alive or not.
We have confirmed that everything's clear, which is good.
Same story for Jessica's dad. It turns out he didn't need the hospital across from their home, even if it was still there.
He walked out of the closet without a scratch.
Safety was on his side after all, in the only room in their house left standing.
Everything I ever accumulated in my life is gone. So he's my dad's alive. That's all that matters.
Tonight, Jessica and her family are staying with friends. They leave behind the house they built 23 years ago. That is a lifetime for her. Back to you guys.
Well, Josh, all day long we've been hearing these stories, both tragic and heroic, from the schools in the path of that twister.
Yeah, we were wondering if you have run into any parents with their children out there who may have been in one of those schools.
Yeah, exactly. We've heard a lot of stories about parents that actually went to the schools anticipating this storm because they know how bad the weather can get in Oklahoma. We spoke to one mother who went to her daughter's school to try to get her out, like many parents did. When she got there, the tornado was actually about to hit, so she hid in a safe room in the office with several other staff members from the school, while her kid was down the hall hiding in a classroom with her teacher. You know, certainly a few scary minutes for that parent, but luckily everything did turn out all right. And when it comes to parents, you could just ask my mom what going through something like that is like. Just 2 years ago, my family actually had their house in Seminole, Oklahoma destroyed, and my parents both live there right now. They did rebuild, but at the time, Mom was home alone, and she got a call from my dad hearing a tornado's coming your way, seek shelter. So she got in the safe room, and she was waiting. She heard all the crashing, knowing that Dad was coming toward the house. You know, he made it okay, and she made it out all right, but it was a long road to recovery for them as well.
Thank you, Josh. We know you have some history with tornadoes, being from Oklahoma. We thank you for that live report.
And we'll see you back on the air tomorrow.